Hey everybody, how's it going? Bogart here, and I wanted to bring you guys something a little bit different today. I recently, after the last video, discovered that, I don't really do a whole lot of cultural things on my channel, and I am a foreigner living in a different country, an American living in South Korea, so I figured today I'd show you guys what my local tech store looks like, and this is kind of like a massive mall, if you will, of just a bunch of tech things. The first floor is a bunch of cameras and hi-fi stereo systems, surround sound, and then the second and third floors are all PC parts. I was here so I could buy another cooler for my overclocked Ryzen 7, and I wanted to see what I could find here, and I was trying to actually buy something that was Korean made. I ended up finding something that was great, a larger radiator with a bunch more fans, so that way I can keep my PC a lot cooler when I game. But yeah, so I figured I'd just make you guys a little bit of a video, so if this isn't what you're here for, or you guys are looking for the usual content that I make, I'll make more disparaging content coming up next with my next video. But this one, I wanted to take a break from tradition and just do a short, or I guess you could say long form video of just what I saw here, intercut with a bunch of pictures that I took of interesting things. So without further ado, let's start talking about it. So I went ahead and I did a little bit of a walk around, and well, I just wanted to go ahead and look at everything. The first time I was here, I just couldn't keep my mind in one track. I was going every which way. There's so many things to see. So it's kind of set up like an American flea market, where they sort of have one little, I think it's maybe like a 10-meter square area. Maybe not 10 meters, sorry, a 5-meter square area each, unless they want to pay for more, and that's where they set their shop up. You see that a lot of places are closed right now, because I was walking through right at 9:30 in the morning when it usually opens. You got a couple signs left and right. I'm assuming that these say in Hangul that, hey, don't steal anything from us because there's CCTV. Yes, the entire building is covered in cameras. Each individual vendor usually has their own cameras, but then there's CCTV for the whole building, front and back, inside and out. So yeah, you're not going to be able to get away with stealing from these guys at all. I had to adjust my camera a little bit here because I realized that I wanted to go like full fisheye on this one, because then you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm seeing. And then on the left-hand side, that's all covered by a curtain. It's closed. On the right, there's a bunch of printers and stuff like that ready to go for shipping or for people to purchase directly from these guys. There's a screen on the right showing like what type of computers that they can build for you. I suspect most of these guys build their own computers, and that's what it is. So on the left, you can see some cases that are lit up. On the right, some monitors. You'll see a lot more of everything. So I'm trying to go through it and tell you guys as we go by what we're seeing. And then also, before we get too deep in the video, if you guys see something that you want to explain to me what it is, because I don't know everything about computers, obviously, please let me know, because we're going to go through and look at a couple of like old school motherboards. Right here, look, a bunch of 4080 and 4090 boxes. I assume that they're just like boxes of the systems that they've used, or of the graphics cards and stuff that they've used in the past. Like right here, these Ryzen boxes, these 5s, they've had so many of them, they've taped them together and they use that to block off the entrance when they're not there. So they make a lot of systems. So yeah, it was really cool to go and walk through this, and I really want you guys to let me know what you see, if you know anything more about this tech than I do. Lots of monitors going on here, and let's see here. As we go around this corner, there's the only video game shop that's typically here, which is a little bit weird, but yeah, the only one that directly sells video games and, hardware media. So here we got a bunch of PlayStation. There was two PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. An old PlayStation flat panel there display. It's really cool with a PS4 box in the bottom. It's got some Switch games and some controllers in the background, but it's pretty awesome what you'll see up next. And it is a old school box for an original fat PS3. 80 gig model too. That's like $650 when it was new. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere around that price. And I was one of the very few kids that actually got one for Christmas that year, which was crazy because my dad swore up and down we'd never get a video game console, and yet just goes out and buys us a PS3 for all that money back then in like 05, 06, whenever it came out. It was crazy. But yeah, so Right here, you're going to see a bunch of boxes. Those are all speaker systems, or at least they used to be. Brits is like the local Korean brand. You got some older systems here that they have for sale that they've spec'd up. And then what's really cool is all these old motherboards. They're not worth anything anymore, I'm sure. Maybe to a collector or somebody who's building an older system or wants to repair theirs, but they're mostly just for display. And it's pretty cool seeing all this old tech, like all these old CPUs here. And feel free to pause the video and let me know what you see. And if anything here is like super rare, like that'd be really cool to tell if it was like crazy rare. A bunch of old like PCs from, you know, office days, a really old iMac. I want to know what year this is from. Can someone tell me, please? It's square, so I think it might be quite old. And it has, I think I see, what was that connector that they had that was really, really powerful before obviously Lightning and USB. I saw two of those in the bottom, not Thunderbolt. I'm thinking of something completely different, but here's an old Samsung monitor. And then a couple of other things that they have just like for placeholders or to show off, you know, different things that they have. Basically gain somebody's attention. There's a really cool like 90-degree like board right there. I have no idea what it's meant to connect, but it has a CMOS battery on it, which is different. Some old RAM plugged into that motherboard there, and just old stuff. I mean, it shows you its age by looking at the I/O. I mean, there's PS2 connectors on that one, isn't it crazy? And then yeah, just keep on going down with all these larger boards and everything. It's pretty cool. I love like looking through stuff like this. And in South Korea, these things are everywhere. This is just one of many in my city that I live in. This is the first one that I found. So I've walked through here, and this is only my second time walking through it. And just there is so much to see. There's so much going on. On the right here, there's a bunch of boxes, and these are all about to be PC cases. Entirety of left and right both here. Just all PC cases stored back here. Some people store their stuff inside the actual level. Like these guys that have this case business right there selling PC cases. And some people store their stuff downstairs. Like one of the things that I bought from a guy here yesterday when I was there was something that he had to go and pick up for me from his storage downstairs. So it was pretty cool. He just walked down there and grabbed it. But yeah, so you'll see like there's a printer here that has, you know, individual pots for its specific colors and things like that. It's kind of cool. You see a lot of those around. There's a guy here that's setting up a shop. Looks like he's selling mobility scooters of some sort. We'll get a good shot of a box right there right about now. Yep, some sort of mobility scooter. Lots of tech inside this, and a lot of different types of tech, which is really cool. You got some old school monitors there on the left, and then as we go down this whole aisle, I think I'm going to cut in some pictures. So I want to actually show you guys like some of the more interesting things that I saw. So let me show you this before we get to this next bit. So here's a little bit more about the CPUs that they have. There are so many and they're so vast. They tape the boxes together, like I said, and they use them to block off the entrances to their shops when they're not there. So here we have a whole bunch of Intel ones and some more Intel ones, just boxes of them sitting underneath. You can tell this guy hasn't opened yet because he has like a tarp over his cases so they don't get a bunch of dust on them and things like that. But it's really crazy just how many boxes they have of CPUs and GPUs that they've used in the past. Like here's some more Intel and AMD GPU boxes just kind of laying there, and they're not so old. Like these are all current gen or last gen versions of the CPUs, which is kind of cool. Here's some more boxes, just a bunch of stuff stacked up everywhere. It's good advertisement, like I was saying, because you're walking around, you see all this, it catches your eye, and you're like, well, I know what that is, you know, or I see so many of each one. I'm like, well, these guys do a lot of business. Let me go to them. And then here, like just a wall of GPU boxes. As far as the eye can see, I mean, they're even stacked up there at the end. And these are all pretty current, 4060s. And there's some 30 series in there too, which are still some pretty good cards. I know the 50's coming out soon, but hey, come on. My 4070 Ti is going to do great for a while. Here's some Ryzens that they just had, you know, sitting there. A couple 3s, but there's some 9s there at the bottom, which is what I'm hunting for next, is I want to do the more current Ryzen 9 system after my 7 kind of reaches its peak. But the really cool thing that I found was this box here. And if you don't know what this is a box for an AMD Threadripper CPU. If you don't know what that is, just give it a quick Google. It's literally like twice the size physically of other AMD CPUs, and it's so much more powerful than almost everything we have out nowadays. And it's from years ago, which is really great. So yeah, that was cool to see. All right, now over here, there's a whole setup, a mining rig setup. And feel free to pause the video and let me know what I'm looking at here. I don't know what GPUs these are, but they're obviously not plugged in because they're not really used anymore, or maybe crypto just isn't worth it for them anymore. Maybe they're old, or maybe they broke. I don't know, but it's pretty cool to see that. In fact, here's a picture of a mining rig that I took the first time that I was there that's even bigger. Yeah, so this one right here, please feel free to let me know what type of GPUs these are, because I don't know from looking at the back of them, but look at that thing. Huge, massive, just kind of sitting there. It was obviously not turned on, not running at all. And the guy was just like, yeah, it's just kind of here. It's kind of hard to talk to them because they speak Hangul and I speak English. And a lot of them know a little bit of English, but I get by with the Google Translate app or Google Lens. So a lot of them don't really want to have super long conversations with you if you don't know Hangul, but it was really cool to see. And I mean, obviously I don't have enough money to buy anything like that for that mining rig, but damn, that's a lot of GPUs. So moving on, we're just going to go ahead and do a little bit more walk around and see what there is to see. We got a lot of cases here on our left, and honestly, it was really funny because I looked behind those cases and they're all completely empty except for the fans, and they're all ran with extenders and daisy chained out the back to one power supply just to show them off for advertisement, which is kind of cool looking, I thought. And yeah, it's good for advertisement and runs a little bit, it's not like they're building a bunch of PCs. This right here, though, these are the cool Intel, I believe that's an i9 box. It caught my eye because it's just so different. Those are like, I think a little bit older CPUs used to come in those boxes, but I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing those like on the tech channels back in the day. If we look here, those are examples of what you could possibly build with that system. In fact, let's cut really quick to a picture of a board that I took so I can go talk about what they offer. So here we're looking at a picture of one of the various shops that are out there. And if you see that large red number, that's going to be in hundreds of thousands of won. So at the top left, we have just a basic computer that's probably 330,000 won, which is roughly equivalent to, I'd say, maybe $240, $260, somewhere in that price range. I don't have the exact conversion, but yeah, it's really, really cheap for that, just because it's an older, model. It's got a couple of things. And if you see on the bottom left of that specific slot, it's showing you just like Photoshop and Microsoft Excel and Word. It's basically just going to be a computer for anybody in an office. And I'm sure that they build a lot of them like that to house offices and furnish offices for different companies that are around here in South Korea. But as we move down, the prices obviously get higher and the components get much, much better. So we can look all the way at the very bottom. That's going to be 3.8 mil, I believe, 3.8 million, almost 4 million won. And that one's going to be extremely powerful. I mean, it's got a 4070 in it probably, or maybe even a 4080. It's definitely going to have a 40 series and a Ryzen 7 at the very least. So it's pretty cool to see that they have the spec sheets out there for you. I wonder how often these prices change. So going forward a little bit here, we're looking through just a little bit of the left that's left of the store. There's a bunch of printers on the left-hand side, massive ones. And then on the right, just kind of a store full of odds and ends and different pieces. There's a couple of them that just sell like peripheries. There's a couple of them that just sell different connectors, different cables. They'll even cut Cat 5, Cat 6 cable to the length that you want. I mean, they've got spools and spools and spools of it just laying there. It's quite wild, honestly. And then you have a couple like this that are open because the vendors have left and then they're waiting for somebody else to take that spot. I went over here because I saw these Macs and I was just like, wow, that's different, because most of it's PC stuff. So you have a couple of iMacs here, and then you have a MacBook, what looks like a MacBook Pro, more recent, stuffed away there. And then if you go down a bit, then there's a couple of older, HP laptops, just work laptops, and then like Lenovo, monitors and things like that. Probably, it looks like they just bought out somebody who upgraded their systems that were in their office. They're like, oh, I'll have all those, maybe resell them or something like that, or even use them for parts for other stuff. But yeah, this is like the basic main area right here, the large area that everything surrounds, this central open part there. To the right, there's a couple more like refined places. This guy's actually setting up his laptops for the day on the right here, and just showing off what they are. Sells specifically laptops for the most part out of that shop. And then up here to the left, I want to say that's the guy that I bought my cooler from, I'm pretty sure. And very friendly, very awesome. Everybody in South Korea is just really friendly. I love the culture, and they just do a great job. And everything's very clean. Everything's very nice. As you can see here, I mean, this store is stuffed full of stuff, and yet nothing is really out of place. Maybe the individual shops are kind of a little bit messy sometimes, but really, it's controlled chaos. And then I got a good shot of this liquid cooling right here, obviously. Some custom liquid cooling. Let's go ahead and cut to a couple of pictures of some custom liquid cooling that I saw in here. Sorry, maybe not liquid coolers, but here's a really cool pink machine that I saw that just caught my eye. And then here's one that just was kind of an anomaly, a mystery. It has a really old graphics card. Feel free to tell me what that one was. No, here's some liquid cooling that looked pretty cool. Look at all those fans. And if you want more fans, check this out. Boom! Is that enough? I don't know. Let's go rapid fire here and show you a couple fun things. So here's a bunch of just different things that were laying around this shop that look kind of cool. Lots to take in those videos, a bunch of different cases, lots of things to choose from there. And then we have a bunch of really old systems, lots of fun. And then we're looking at an old, I have no idea what that is, but I'm guessing it's some sort of server rack. And then like, that's an old school, I thought it was an Apple product. No, that's Samsung. And then this was funny. I got to stretch this one out. Have you ever seen a connector that goes back that far in generations? USB Type-C all the way back to the old school connector. Mesozoic period, as Dad would say. Isn't that crazy? I just thought that was awesome. And then, of course, an insert pun here, the mini gender changer. There's a whole box of these things laying down there. I just thought, well, that's a funny pun. We'll put that in. And then the award for the most disgusting computer I saw there goes to this one. Nothing inside of it. They've obviously ripped the guts out. And this was probably for somebody that wanted a new case or hopefully a new life. But that is 100% dog hair. All of it. Wow. I thought my case was bad. But yeah, back to the water cooling and back to the video. Really cool setup here. Lots of stuff. This one right here looks like it's just frothing the liquid inside the reservoir there. So maybe they need to fill it up a little bit more, but it does look a little bit gross being brown like that. I'm not sure if it was meant to be brown. There's a lot of these really cool wires that they have that are all RGB inside of them, and they're much more bulky than regular, connecting pin wires would be, but they're cool. And then there's some that have the sleeve, like in that still picture that we saw, there's a sleeve around the actual pipes for the liquid cooling, and that's RGB as well, just like those wires were. And where they are bulkier, it is kind of cool to see something like that. And if you're totally into the RGB puke, then yeah, definitely it's up your alley. But yeah, so that's what I saw there that day. We're going to close out on this really cool rig here. Nice pink water-cooled rig. And let's show you a couple more pictures and close this video out for everybody, all right? All right, so this guy had a bunch of Gundams. I thought that was really cool. I'm starting to build my own now. And then here's a bunch of old school cameras. One of them at the very top, you can barely see, says YouTube on it. And then a bunch of really old school cameras. This was outside the shop that I ended up buying something from. And then this. If you guys don't know what this was just a display inside this store. The guy wasn't selling this or anything like that, but that camera body there, that white bit in the middle, is a red branded camera. So that itself, I looked it up, isn't one of the $40,000 ones. It's a $10,000 camera body. That's just the brain. The handles cost more money. The lens costs a lot more money. The screen above it costs quite a bit. And I'm assuming that's a battery pack on the back. Some camera guys can, explain that better than I can. But yeah, $10K just for the white bit in the middle. Plus the lens, who knows how expensive that is. But that whole setup is probably nearing on $20,000. And it's just sitting there on top of his table as just a little bit of eye candy just to get you in the store. Now, granted, this guy was selling some high-end lighting and some high-end camera equipment, along with some telephoto lenses that looked like you could see past Mars with them. But it was pretty cool to see. I don't know much about photography. Obviously, you saw my videography skills, and this picture here just explains that I'm bad at it, but still, I know what this is. I've seen it before. I've watched the slow-mo guys, okay? And that's cool to me. So I'm going to stop babbling now. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this if you made it this far. It's been really great sharing this part. Let me know if you guys want to see a little bit more, because there's so much around here, especially in the city that I live in, of quite a couple million people that I would love to show you guys, but I have no idea if you guys want to actually see these videos. So if you liked it, give a like. If you wanted to go ahead and comment and tell me what I was looking at, or that if I was wrong about something, please let me know. I'd love to learn a little bit more about the tech that I saw in this video. Give me a timestamp, and I'll go back and watch, and we'll converse about it in the comment section. And don't worry, guys. The regular content's going to keep up with the next video. I've got a whole one planned out about this woman who tattooed Trump on her forehead well before he even won this last election. So that's going to be fun to watch out for. And that's it. I'm Bogart, and I'm out. Thanks, guys.